My wife, Clara, was the kind of woman who was alive in every room she entered. After her death, I found a map to a world she was a part of, a world I never knew existed. The silence in our house, a quiet that had once been a shared, comfortable peace, had become a hollow, ringing thing since Clara's passing. It had been 8 months, and I still expected to hear the faint, cheerful hum of her singing from the garden, or the soft clink of her paintbrushes in the studio she had claimed as her own. Clara was a force of nature, a whirlwind of vibrant colors and boundless curiosity. I, Arthur, was a quiet, steady man, a librarian who found comfort in the order of things. We were an unlikely pair, a fact we both reveled in, two halves of a whole that made a life I thought was perfect. A life built on a foundation of trust, shared dreams, and the quiet certainty of forever. I had believed our story was a simple one: boy meets girl, boy falls for girl, they live a long, happy life together. A beautiful, uncomplicated narrative. The grief was a constant companion, but it was a familiar one. It was the pain of a love lost, the kind you expect after 50 years of marriage. What I was not prepared for was the discovery that would turn that grief into a bewildering, chilling mystery, a puzzle with pieces that didn't fit into the world I knew that I had finally mustered the courage to tackle. Her studio. It was a space I had always respected, but never truly understood. A controlled chaos of canvases, easels, and jars of pigments. It smelled of linseed oil and turpentine, a scent that had been as much a part of our home as the smell of fresh brewed coffee. The room had remained untouched since her passing, a sacred, unassailable space. But my daughter, bless her heart, had gently insisted it was time to let go of some of the art, to share it with the world. I knew she was right. It was what Clara would have wanted. It was while I was moving a large, abstract canvas from the back wall, a riot of deep blues and luminous greens that seemed to swirl with a life of their own, that I found it. The painting was heavy, a thick, multi-layered piece, and as I tilted it to lift it from the wall, a small section of the drywall behind it shifted. It wasn't a loose piece of plaster, it was a carefully hidden, almost invisible door. It was a perfect rectangle, the seams so fine they were indistinguishable from the rest of the wall. My heart, a familiar, unsettling drum, began to beat a little faster. Clara was an artist, not a carpenter. And she was a woman of no secrets. So I believed. My hands, gnarled with age and a lifetime of reading, trembled as I pried the door open. It swung inwards with a soft, mechanical click, revealing a small, recessed cavity in the wall. Inside, there wasn't the usual assortment of sentimental trinkets or old letters from distant relatives. Instead, there were 2 items, each humming with a faint, almost imperceptible energy. The first was a small, smooth metallic box, not made of any material I recognized. It was a dull, matte silver, and it felt impossibly cold to the touch, a contrast to the warm, dusty air of the attic. The second item was a single, black, crystalline shard, about the size of my thumb. It was perfectly smooth, and as I held it, a faint, rhythmic pulse seemed to throb from its center, a silent, steady beat that resonated with a quiet energy I could not explain, but the most chilling discovery was the message. A small, holographic projection shimmered to life as I touched the metallic box, a faint blue light illuminating the dark space. It was a message from Clara. Her face, her kind eyes, her gentle smile, flickered in the air, a ghost from my past, her voice, a calm, measured tone that was a stark contrast to her usual boisterous laughter. "My dearest Arthur," she began, her voice a soft, disembodied whisper. "If you are seeing this, it means I've gone home. The journey was long, and the price was high, but it was time. This isn't a confession, my love. It's an explanation. And a gift." My mind reeled. Gone home. She had passed away in our bed, in our home, in the world we had shared for 50 years. What was she talking about? "The world you know," she continued, her holographic image wavering slightly, "is not the only one. There are others, lost places, forgotten dimensions. I was a cartographer of the lost places, a guardian of the hidden worlds. It was my secret, my burden, my life's purpose." The words hung in the air, a foreign language I was struggling to understand. A cartographer of lost places? What on earth was she talking about? Was this a joke? Some elaborate posthumous prank? But her face, so serious, so earnest, told me otherwise. The humming energy from the box and the crystalline shard told me otherwise. This wasn't a joke. This was a truth, a chilling, terrifying truth I was completely unprepared to face. The map is in the box, my love, she said, her voice now filled with a profound, almost heartbreaking tenderness. It's a guide to my world, to the place I called home. It's a key to my legacy, a path to the life I had to leave behind to be with you. I left it for you, my love, because you were the only one who could truly understand. But I must warn you. It's a dangerous journey, a path filled with shadows and whispers from a place that wants to be forgotten. The decision is yours, Arthur. You can bury the secret, pretend you never saw this, and live out your days in the world you know. Or you can use this map, find the way, and decide if you will follow me. The message ended, the hologram dissolving into a million shimmering particles of light. The metallic box, its humming energy now a frantic, insistent thrum, lay open in my hands, revealing a collection of strange, meticulously drawn maps, their lines and symbols unlike anything I had ever seen. They were of a world with twin moons, strange, glowing flora, and impossible, floating cities. My wife, my Clara, the woman I thought I knew, was a cartographer of lost places, a guardian of a hidden world, and she had left me the means to find it. The quiet certainty of my perfect love story had been shattered, replaced by a bewildering, terrifying new reality. A secret she had carried for 50 years, a secret that now, in her absence, had become my profound and terrifying responsibility. The final chapter of our life, it seemed, was not a peaceful sunset, but a final, devastating storm. The silence that had once haunted me now felt like a secret I was being forced to keep. The message ended, the ghost of my wife's face dissolving into a million shimmering particles of light. My perfect life, my simple love story, was not a simple narrative at all, but a bewildering, chilling mystery that had now become my profound and terrifying responsibility. That I stood there in the quiet of Clara's studio, the humming energy from the metallic box and the crystalline shard a frantic, insistent thrum against the stillness of the room. I, Arthur, a librarian who found comfort in the order of things, was now holding a key to a world that defied all logic, a world with twin moons and impossible, floating cities. My wife, my Clara, a woman I thought I knew, was a cartographer of lost places, a guardian of a hidden world, and she had left me the means to find it. The weight of that knowledge was a physical pressure in my chest, a cold, hard knot of dread and a dizzying, terrifying thrill. This wasn't a joke. This wasn't a hallucination brought on by grief. This was a truth so profound it threatened to shatter the very foundations of the world I knew. That I carefully, almost reverently, took the box and its strange contents to my study, a room I had always considered my sanctuary, a place of order and reason. It was filled with the scent of old paper and leather, a place where knowledge was categorized, alphabetized, and neatly filed away. I laid the box on my desk, under the soft glow of my reading lamp. The humming from the metallic box was now a gentle, soothing pulse, a contrast to the frantic energy it had displayed in the studio. I opened it, its lid a seamless piece of metal that seemed to defy the laws of physics, revealing a collection of strange, meticulously drawn maps. The maps, on a material that felt like polished silk, depicted a world with impossible, jagged mountains that glowed with an internal light, rivers that flowed upwards into the sky, and cities built into the sides of colossal, crystalline forests. The star charts, too, were unlike any I had ever seen, charting a celestial sphere with two prominent, luminous moons. The lines and symbols, while beautiful, followed no known terrestrial logic, no conventional cartography. My librarian's mind, a frantic, disorganized library, scrambled for a reference, a parallel, a precedent, and found none. That I was about to give up, to put the maps away, to bury the secrets, to pretend I had never seen any of this, when I remembered Clara's voice, the soft, disembodied whisper from the hologram. The map is in the box, my love, she had said. And the message. I left it for you because you were the only one who could truly understand. She had also mentioned a device that translated her message. The humming, I realized, was not coming from the box itself, but from a small, crystalline shard, the one I had found nestled beside it. It was the translator. My hands trembled as I took it, its surface warm and smooth, a stark contrast to the cold, metallic box. I placed it on the desk and watched, mesmerized, as it began to glow with a soft, pulsing light. A small, holographic screen flickered to life, its surface a swirling vortex of shimmering particles of light, a testament to a technology that was light years ahead of our own. The device wasn't just for her final message. It was for a series of smaller, almost imperceptible crystalline fragments I had overlooked, hidden in a small, velvet-lined compartment in the box. Each fragment, when placed in the device, activated a new holographic log. It was Clara's story. Not a journal in the conventional sense, but a series of holographic entries, her voice a calm, measured chronicle of a life she had been forced to leave behind, and a life she had chosen to live with me. Her logs detailed the story of a world named Alicia, a world of unimaginable beauty and profound, systemic cruelty. A world that was dying, its sun slowly fading, its people, the Elysian, a race of cartographers and stargazers, running out of time. She was a scout, an exile, a child sent to our world, Earth, to find a new home, to find a way to save her people. Her adventurous nature, the boundless curiosity I had always adored, was not a personality quirk, it was a deep-seated instinct, a primal need to explore, to map, to understand the strange new reality she had found herself in. Her artistic talent, her love for painting and drawing, was not just a hobby, but a secret language, a coded way for her to map and understand the unfamiliar landscapes of Earth, and to secretly create maps to her home world, to find a way back, to find a way to save her people. She spoke of her first years on Earth, of the confusion, the loneliness, the profound feeling of being a stranger in a strange land. She spoke of her fear of discovery, of the elaborate lengths she had to go to hide her true nature, her true identity, from a world that would never understand. And then, she spoke of me. Arthur. Her voice, a soft, disembodied whisper, filled with a tenderness that was so raw, so palpable, it sent a wave of fresh grief crashing over me. She spoke of our first meeting at the library, of my quiet, unassuming nature, of my love for books, for stories, for the simple, beautiful order of things. She spoke of how she fell in love with me, with my world, with the quiet certainty I represented, a stark contrast to the chaos and uncertainty of her own. She spoke of the profound conflict she felt, a woman torn between her mission, her loyalty to her people, and her love for me. She had to choose. She had to choose between the world she was born to save and the man she had chosen to love. The betrayal was so much deeper, so much more profound than I could have ever imagined. My wife, the woman I had loved and trusted implicitly, had not only been living a double life, but she had been an exile, a guardian of a hidden world, a woman who had, with a chilling kind of calculation, chosen to live with me, to love me, to build a life with me, knowing that one day, she would have to leave it all behind. The perfect love story I had always believed in was not just a myth, it was a complex, interlocking web of secrets, a deception that had been festering for over half a century, but a new, unsettling discovery was yet to come, a twist so cruel and so devastating it would rewrite the entire story, turning my grief into a bitter, burning rage. The final log, a small, shimmering crystalline fragment, was a desperate, urgent plea. She spoke of the gateway, a hidden portal between her world and mine, a secret she had kept all these years. She spoke of the fact that the gateway was unstable, that it could only be opened once, for a short period of time. And she spoke of a timer, a deadline. The gateway would open for a final, short window of opportunity after her return, a final chance for the exiles to find a way back, to find a way home, to find a way to save their people. Arthur, her beloved husband, was now a crucial part of this plan. The logs detailed the coordinates, the precise location of the gateway, a place on Earth that was, to me, a quiet, unremarkable forest in the mountains. A place she had visited countless times on her painting trips. The final log was a desperate, heartbreaking message, a final, urgent plea. My dearest Arthur, her voice, a soft, disembodied whisper, filled with a profound, almost unbearable tenderness, I'm so sorry. I know this is a lot to ask. But you are the only one who can do this. The crystalline shard, the one that hums with a faint energy, it's a key. It's a key to the gateway. And the metallic box, it's a guide. It's a guide to my world. The clock is ticking, my love. The window is closing. You have a choice. You can bury the secret, pretend you never saw this, and live out your days in the world you know. Or you can use this key, find the way, and decide if you will follow me. I will be waiting, my love. I will be waiting at the crossroads, at the gateway, at the place where our two worlds meet. I will be waiting for you. The decision is yours, Arthur. It's time to choose. It's time to choose between the world you know and the world you never knew existed. The message ended, the hologram dissolving into a million shimmering particles of light. The metallic box, its humming energy now a frantic, insistent thrum, lay open on my desk, a collection of strange, meticulously drawn maps, their lines and symbols unlike anything I had ever seen. My wife, my Clara, the woman I thought I knew, was a cartographer of lost places, a guardian of a hidden world, and she had left me the means to find it. The quiet certainty of my perfect love story had been shattered, replaced by a bewildering, terrifying new reality. A secret she had carried for 50 years, a secret that now, in her absence, had become my profound and terrifying responsibility. The final chapter of our life, it seemed, was not a peaceful sunset, but a final, devastating storm. The silence that had once haunted me now felt like a secret I was being forced to keep. The burden of this new truth was almost unbearable, a weight I was completely unprepared to carry. The decision was no longer just about me. It was about her people, about a world that was dying, and a choice I was now forced to make, a choice that would either save a world or destroy a heart. The stage was set for the final, devastating confrontation, a reckoning that would either break us or, perhaps, finally set me free. Video title: Full story. My wife's death unlocked a hidden studio that revealed a map to a world she never told me about. Video text, Part 3. The ticking clock on Clara's final log was a constant reminder. The gateway to her world, Alicia, was closing. I, Arthur, a simple man of logic, had to choose between the world I knew and a final, desperate journey to find the woman I loved. The silence in my study, a sanctuary of order and reason, was now a deafening roar, filled with the echoes of Clara's final holographic plea. The metallic box, its humming energy a frantic, insistent thrum, lay open on my desk, a collection of strange, meticulously drawn maps, their lines and symbols unlike anything I had ever seen. The crystalline shard, the key to a gateway to another world, felt impossibly heavy in my palm. The betrayal, the profound, decades-long lie she had lived, was no longer the all-consuming fire in my chest. It had been replaced by a gnawing, desperate need for answers. My wife, my Clara, was a cartographer of lost places, a guardian of a hidden world, and she had left me the means to find it. I, Arthur, a librarian, a man who found comfort in the order of things, was now faced with a choice that defied all logic, a pilgrimage that would take me to the edge of reality. That I spent the next 2 weeks in a blur, a whirlwind of preparations, all while maintaining the fragile facade of a grieving widower to my family. My children, bless their innocent hearts, were so caught up in their own lives, their own grief, that they didn't notice the subtle shift in my demeanor, the quiet, frantic energy that now pulsed beneath my quiet exterior. I fabricated a story about a retreat, a need to get away from the house, to clear my head, a pilgrimage to the place where Clara and I had our first picnic, our first kiss, a lie that was just plausible enough to pass muster. I gathered my supplies, not just a change of clothes and some food, but a small, unassuming compass, a notepad, and a magnifying glass, the tools of my trade, the tools of a librarian on a mission. I felt a strange, almost childlike thrill, a sense of adventure that I hadn't felt in decades, a feeling that was a stark contrast to the profound sadness that had been my constant companion for the past 8 months. The logs, Clara's final gift, became my sacred texts. I spent hours, days, meticulously studying them, deciphering the strange, alien script, the cryptic symbols that marked the location of the gateway. The translator device, a small, unassuming crystalline shard, was my constant companion, its soft, pulsing light my only connection to the woman I loved, to the truth I was now chasing. The gateway, I learned, was not in a bustling city or a remote, desolate landscape. It was hidden in plain sight, a place on earth she had visited countless times on her painting trips, a quiet, unremarkable forest in the mountains, a place she had always described with a profound, almost heartbreaking reverence. The logs detailed the coordinates, the precise location of the gateway, a small, almost imperceptible detail that only a cartographer, a guardian of a hidden world, would notice. It was a cluster of ancient, twisted oak trees, their branches intertwined in a way that, to the untrained, was just a beautiful quirk of nature, but to the initiated, was a precise, coded map to another reality. The day of my departure was a quiet one. I left a note for my children, a simple, heartfelt note, telling them not to worry, that I was just taking some time for myself. I packed my supplies, a small, worn leather rucksack that was a silent testament to a life I was now leaving behind. I took one final look at our home, the quiet, comfortable sanctuary that was now filled with the ghosts of a life I had never truly understood. I took one final look at a photograph of Clara on the mantelpiece, her smile so wide, so vibrant, her eyes filled with a secret, luminous light I had never noticed before. A light that was now a beacon, a siren call, beckoning me to follow her. The journey to the gateway was long, a slow, agonizing pilgrimage that was both physically and emotionally taxing. My body, a testament to a life of quiet comfort and routine, protested with every step, but my heart, now filled with a new, burning purpose, pushed me forward. The road to the forest was a winding, treacherous one, a path filled with twists and turns, a physical manifestation of the journey I was now on. I arrived at the forest in the late afternoon, the sun a tired, weary orange, its rays filtering through the canopy of ancient trees. The air, crisp and cold, was filled with the scent of pine and damp earth, a scent that was both familiar and strange, a scent that was a subtle, almost imperceptible reminder of a world I was about to leave behind. That I found the location, the cluster of ancient, twisted oak trees, their branches intertwined in a way that, to the untrained, was just a beautiful quirk of nature, but to me, a man armed with the knowledge of a hidden world, was a precise, coded map to another reality. The crystalline shard, the key, began to hum with a frantic, insistent thrum, its light a bright, luminous blue that pulsed with a life of its own. My heart, a frantic drum against my ribs, hammered against my chest with a rhythm that was a mix of a terrible, gut-wrenching dread and a dizzying, terrifying thrill. The gateway, the portal to a world I had only seen in Clara's strange, beautiful maps, was here. With my hands trembling, I placed the crystalline shard on the ground, at the base of the central, largest tree. The shard's light intensified, its blue light a brilliant, luminous beacon that seemed to pierce the very fabric of reality. The air, once crisp and cold, now shimmered with an otherworldly heat. A circular vortex of shimmering, blue light, a swirling portal that seemed to suck the very light from the air, appeared in the space between the twisted, gnarled branches. It hummed with a low, primal energy, a sound that was both a gentle whisper and a terrifying roar, a sound that was a siren call, beckoning me to follow her. That I looked back, one last time, at the world I knew. The sun was setting, its final, weary rays casting long, dark shadows on the forest floor, a silent, final farewell to a life I was leaving behind. I took a deep, fortifying breath, and with a courage I didn't know I possessed, I took the first step. The air, once crisp and cold, was now thick and heavy, filled with the scent of strange, alien flora, a scent that was both beautiful and terrifying. The ground, once solid and familiar, was now soft and pliable, a soft, yielding moss that seemed to hum with a life of its own. The sky, once a familiar blue, was now a deep, inky purple, illuminated by the soft, luminous light of two prominent, luminous moons. The world from her maps, a world of impossible, jagged mountains and rivers that flowed upwards into the sky, was here. I had crossed over. I had followed her. The gateway, the circular vortex of shimmering, blue light, began to dissolve behind me, its light a fading memory, its hum a fading whisper. I was alone, in a strange, beautiful, terrifying world that was both a dream and a nightmare. I stood there, a simple man, a librarian, in a world that defied all logic, a world that was a testament to the life my wife had lived, a life she had chosen to leave behind. But I was not alone. From the shadows of a luminous, crystalline forest, a figure emerged, its silhouette tall and slender, its form a strange, graceful fusion of human and alien. It was a woman, her face a beautiful, alien mask of calm, her eyes filled with a luminous, otherworldly light that was both a welcome and a warning. She held a small, metallic box in her hand, a box identical to the one I had left behind. She spoke, her voice a soft, melodic hum that was both a foreign language and a clear, concise command. "Arthur," she said, her voice a strange, melodic whisper, a sound that was a testament to a world I was still struggling to comprehend. "Clara sent us a message. She warned us you were coming. The gate is open for a short time, and the world is not as you remember. A danger you cannot comprehend is here, a darkness that has followed you from your world. The price of this knowledge is a debt you must now repay. You are our only hope. The key is in your hands, but the door is now closed. We must hurry. The time for waiting is over. The time for the last cartographer is now." The final chapter of my life, it seemed, was not a peaceful sunset, but a final, devastating storm. The silence that had once haunted me now felt like a secret I was being forced to keep. The burden of this new truth was almost unbearable, a weight I was completely unprepared to carry. Video title: Full story. My wife's death unlocked a hidden studio that revealed a map to a world she never told me about. Video text: Part 4. The gateway dissolved behind me, and I was alone in a world of impossible beauty and terrifying secrets. A woman emerged from the shadows, warning me that a darkness from my world had followed me here and that I, a simple man, was now their only hope. The humming of the crystalline shard in my hand was the only sound I recognized. The rest was a symphony of alien beauty and profound terror. The air, thick and sweet with the scent of strange, luminous flora, felt heavy in my lungs. The sky, a deep, inky purple, was illuminated by the soft, luminous light of two prominent, luminous moons that cast a strange, ethereal glow on the impossible, crystalline forest that surrounded me. I was a stranger in a strange land, a man of logic and order, standing in a world that defied all reason, and a woman, her face a beautiful, alien mask of calm, her eyes filled with a luminous, otherworldly light, was telling me that I was their only hope. My mind, a frantic, disorganized library, scrambled for a reference, a parallel, a precedent, and found none. Arthur, she repeated, her voice a soft, melodic hum, a sound that was both a foreign language and a clear, concise command. Clara sent us a message. She warned us you were coming. The gate is open for a short time, and the world is not as you remember. A danger you cannot comprehend is here, a darkness that has followed you from your world. The price of this knowledge is a debt you must now repay. You are our only hope. The key is in your hands, but the door is now closed. We must hurry. The time for waiting is over. The time for the last cartographer is now. I stood there, paralyzed by the weight of her words, the crushing finality of her revelation. Who are you? I stammered, my voice a raw, broken rasp, the sound of a man on the verge of a complete and total emotional collapse. And what are you talking about? What darkness? What debt? I just wanted to understand. I just wanted to find my wife. The woman, her face a beautiful, alien mask of calm, took a small, careful step towards me. My name is Lyra, she said, her voice a soft, melodic whisper, a sound that was a testament to a world I was still struggling to comprehend. I was Clara's sister. Her twin, in a way. We were the last cartographers, the last of our kind. We were both sent to your world, Earth, as exiles, as scouts. She was the dreamer, the artist, the one who saw beauty in your world. I was the pragmatist, the one who saw the danger. Lyra's story, told in a voice that was both ancient and achingly familiar, was a devastating tapestry of love, loss, and profound sacrifice. She spoke of their world, Alicia, a world of unimaginable beauty and profound, systemic cruelty. A world that was dying, its sun slowly fading, its people, the Elysian, running out of time. They were sent to Earth to find a new home, to find a way to save their people. Her and Clara, two young, scared girls, navigating a new world, trying to blend in, to hide their true nature, their true identity, from a world that would never understand. But the darkness, a parasitic entity that fed on fear and grief, had followed them. It was a malignancy that slowly consumed worlds, a corruption that festered in the shadows of despair. They had managed to keep it at bay on Earth, a world of vast emotional energy, but the darkness was patient. It was waiting. Then Lyra revealed the most devastating truth of all. Clara, she said, her voice now filled with a profound, almost heartbreaking tenderness. She didn't just go home. The darkness, the one that had followed us from Alicia, had finally found a way to reach her. It was feeding on her grief, on her fear of leaving you. It was trying to consume her, to use her to open a gateway to our world. It was a race against time, a battle for her soul. She knew she was dying. But she also knew she couldn't let the darkness win. She made a choice, a profound, heartbreaking sacrifice. She used the last of her energy, the last of her life force, to create the gateway, to send the warning to me, to send the message to you. She tethered her consciousness to the gateway, to the very fabric of the portal, hoping that one day you would come. The darkness is trying to consume her, to use her energy to open a gateway to your world, to your family. You are the only one who can save her. My heart, a frantic, disorganized library, reeled with the weight of her words. The betrayal, the profound, decades-long lie she had lived, was no longer the all-consuming fire in my chest. It had been replaced by a gnawing, desperate need to save her. My Clara, the woman I thought I knew, was a cartographer of lost places, a guardian of a hidden world, and she had sacrificed herself to save us all. And now, I, a simple man, a librarian, was the only one who could save her. Why me? I asked, my voice a raw, broken rasp. Why am I the key? I'm just a man. I'm just a librarian. I don't know anything about this darkness. Lyra smiled, a small, sad, almost imperceptible smile. The crystalline shard, she said, pointing to the key in my hands, its light a bright, luminous blue that pulsed with a life of its own, is not just a key to the gateway. It's a fragment of Elysian energy. But she altered it, Arthur. She imprinted it with your unique human love and memories for her. Your love, the very thing you thought was a lie, is now the most powerful weapon in this new world. It's the only thing that can combat the darkness, a parasitic entity that feeds on grief and despair. Your love, your memories of her, your shared history, that is the key, Arthur. That is the only thing that can free her. That is the only thing that can save us all. The journey began then, a frantic, desperate race against time. Lyra led me through the impossible, crystalline forest, its luminous flora casting long, dark shadows on the ground. The sky, a deep, inky purple, was filled with the soft, luminous light of two prominent, luminous moons that illuminated a world that was both beautiful and terrifying. The air, thick and sweet with the scent of strange, alien flora, felt heavy in my lungs. My body, a testament to a life of quiet comfort and routine, protested with every step, but my heart, now filled with a new, burning purpose, pushed me forward. We had to reach the sanctum of the cartographers, an ethereal temple, a monument to a world that was slowly fading. It was the only place, Lyra explained, that had the power to free Clara, to free her from the darkness that was slowly consuming her. The way was treacherous, filled with strange, alien creatures, and the constant, nagging presence of a cold, parasitic darkness that seemed to follow us, a shadow that seemed to whisper my wife's name, mocking my blissful ignorance. The journey was long, a slow, agonizing pilgrimage that was both physically and emotionally taxing. We ran, we climbed, we fought our way through a world that was both a dream and a nightmare, a world that was a testament to the life my wife had lived, a life she had chosen to leave behind. We finally arrived at the sanctum of the cartographers, an ethereal temple, its walls made of shimmering, luminous crystals that pulsed with a soft, steady light. It was a beautiful, magnificent place, a monument to a world that was slowly fading. But it was not empty. From the shadows of the luminous, crystalline walls, a figure emerged, its silhouette tall and slender, its form a strange, graceful fusion of human and alien. It was not a friend. It was not a guardian. It was a physical manifestation of the darkness, a shadowy entity that seemed to suck the very light from the air. Its eyes, two twin orbs of a cold, parasitic light, were fixed on me, on the crystalline shard in my hands. It spoke, its voice a cold, terrifying whisper, a sound that was a testament to a world I was still struggling to comprehend. Arthur, it hissed, its voice a cold, terrifying whisper that seemed to echo in the vast, empty space of the temple, you have come. The key is in your hands, but the door is now closed. The cartographer's consciousness is ours. Her love, your love, it will be the final payment for our crossing. We will consume her, and we will cross over to your world. You have come all this way, Arthur. But you are too late. The darkness has won. Lyra, with a cry of fear and a surge of protective energy, was thrown to the ground, unconscious. I stood there, a simple man, a librarian, in a world that defied all logic, faced with a shadow that wanted to consume the woman I loved and the world I knew. I was alone, with nothing but a crystalline shard and the memory of a love I now had to fight for. The final chapter of my life, it seemed, was not a peaceful sunset, but a final, devastating storm. The silence that had once haunted me now felt like a secret I was being forced to keep. The burden of this new truth was almost unbearable, a weight I was completely unprepared to carry. The darkness hissed my name, its voice a cold whisper that promised to consume my wife and cross into my world. Lyra was unconscious. I, a simple man, stood alone, with nothing but a crystalline shard and the memory of a love I now had to fight for. The sanctum of the cartographers, an ethereal temple of shimmering crystals, was no longer a place of beauty, but a final battlefield. The shadow, a physical manifestation of the darkness, loomed over me, its form a tall, slender silhouette that seemed to suck the very light from the air. Its eyes, two twin orbs of a cold, parasitic light, were fixed on me, on the crystalline shard in my hands. Lyra, Clara's twin, lay still on the ground, her body a silent testament to the power of a foe I could not comprehend. I, Arthur, a librarian who found comfort in the order of things, was now faced with a choice that defied all logic, a final, desperate battle for the woman I loved and the world I knew. My mind, a frantic, disorganized library, scrambled for a reference, a parallel, a precedent, and found none. I was alone, with nothing but a crystalline shard and the memory of a love I now had to fight for. The darkness spoke again, its voice a cold, terrifying whisper that seemed to echo in the vast, empty space of the temple. "Arthur," it hissed, its voice a cold, terrifying whisper that seemed to echo in the vast, empty space of the temple, "you have come. The key is in your hands, but the door is now closed. The cartographer's consciousness is ours. Her love, your love, it will be the final payment for our crossing. We will consume her, and we will cross over to your world. You have come all this way, Arthur. But you are too late. The darkness has won. But it was wrong." In that moment, a quiet strength, a profound certainty, bloomed in my chest. This wasn't just about me anymore. This was about Clara, about her sacrifice, about the love she had chosen to live with, a love she had chosen to protect. The betrayal, the profound, decades-long lie she had lived, was no longer the all-consuming fire in my chest. It had been replaced by a quiet, burning rage, a desperate, fierce love that demanded action. I was a man of books, a man of order, but I was also a husband. I was Clara's husband, and I would not let her go. With a roar that was both a cry of grief and a shout of defiance, I raised the crystalline shard. Its light, a brilliant, luminous blue that pulsed with a life of its own, intensified, its light a beacon in the vast, empty space of the temple. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to fight. But then, I remembered her voice, her final, heartbreaking plea. "Your love, your unique human love and memories for her, that is the key, Arthur. My love." The very thing I thought was a lie, was now my only weapon. That I closed my eyes and reached deep into the well of my heart, into the vast, disorganized library of my memories. I didn't think of the betrayal, of the lies, of the years of deception. I thought of the good. I thought of the beautiful. I thought of the first time I saw her at the library, her vibrant smile, her eyes filled with a secret, luminous light I now understood. I thought of our first date, a quiet picnic in the park, a simple, perfect moment in time. I thought of the birth of our children, her face radiant with a love that was a fierce, protective fire. I thought of the quiet nights on the porch, a silent, shared understanding that was a language of its own. I projected every single memory, every single moment of our shared life, at the darkness. The memories, a pure, bright energy, surged from my heart, a wave of light that was a stark contrast to the cold, parasitic darkness. The shadow recoiled, its form wavering, its voice a terrified, agonizing shriek. It was burning it. My memories, my love, the very things it fed on, were now its poison. I projected more memories, a relentless barrage of a life I now understood, a life that was filled with a love that was not a lie, but a profound, complicated truth. The darkness, its form now a fractured, wavering shadow, retreated, its shriek a fading echo in the vast, empty space of the temple. Then, from the heart of the shadow, a shimmering, ethereal form emerged. It was Clara. My Clara. Her form, a beautiful, luminous ghost, was a testament to a life she had chosen to live with me, a love she had chosen to protect. Her eyes, filled with a luminous, otherworldly light, were fixed on me, her smile a soft, sad, almost imperceptible smile. "Arthur," she whispered, her voice a soft, melodic hum that was both a foreign language and a clear, concise command. "You came. You came for me." "I did, my love," I said, my voice a raw, broken rasp. "I came for you. And I'm not going anywhere." Together, our memories a swirling vortex of pure, luminous energy, we delivered the final blow. The crystalline shard, its light a brilliant, luminous beacon, a testament to a love that was both an anchor and a compass, pulsed with a final, magnificent surge of power. The darkness, with a final, agonizing shriek, dissolved into nothingness, its form a fading shadow, its voice a fading whisper. The temple, once a place of darkness and despair, was now filled with a soft, warm light. Lyra, with a soft gasp, stirred, her eyes fluttering open, her face a beautiful, alien mask of calm. The sanctum of the cartographers was cleansed. The threat was gone. My Clara, her form a shimmering, ethereal ghost, was free. We had a final, beautiful conversation, a conversation that was both an apology and a confession, a conversation that was a testament to a love that was both a lie and a profound, complicated truth. She explained her choice, her fear of leaving me, her love for me, a love that was so real, so true, it had saved a world. She could not return to her physical body. Her time was over. But she could exist in Alicia, a guardian of the sanctum, a part of the world she had so bravely fought to save, and I, Arthur, a simple man, a librarian, was given a choice. "You can stay here with me, my love," she whispered, her voice a soft, melodic hum that was both a foreign language and a clear, concise command. "We can be together, forever, in a world that is a testament to the love we shared." The offer was tempting, a beautiful, heartbreaking promise of a love that could transcend even death. But my heart, my mind, my soul, was rooted in the world I knew. My children. My home. My life. My story. It was all there. I was a man of earth, and I had a story to tell that I chose to return. With a final, heartbreaking goodbye, I used the crystalline shard to open the gateway one last time. I took one final look at Clara, her form a shimmering, ethereal ghost, her smile a soft, sad, almost imperceptible smile. I took one final look at Lyra, her face a beautiful, alien mask of calm, her eyes filled with a luminous, otherworldly light. I took one final look at the world I had just saved, a world that was both a dream and a nightmare, a world that was a testament to the life my wife had lived, a life she had chosen to leave behind. That I returned to the forest on earth, the gateway dissolving behind me, its light a fading memory, its hum a fading whisper. The metallic box and the crystalline shard, once a key to another world, were now just mementos, silent testaments to a life I had never truly understood. I returned home, a changed man. The house, once a sanctuary of love and family, now a testament to a beautiful, complicated love story. I no longer saw the lies, the betrayal, the years of deception. I saw the love. The profound, complicated, heartbreaking love that had defined our marriage. That I still miss her, every single day. But the grief is different now. It's no longer the sharp, agonizing pain of a love lost, but the quiet, melancholic ache of a life understood, in all its beautiful, tragic complexity. The perfect love story was a fiction, but the very real, very messy story of Walter and Clara, of love and loss, of secrets and sacrifices, was, in its own way, a profound testament to the enduring, complicated nature of the human heart. Our family, broken and beautiful, was finally ready to begin the long, difficult journey of healing, not as a perfect family, but as a real one, bound not by lies, but by a shared, complicated truth.